Hello guys, this is AwesomeSpecs21 here, your destination for speculation. I am back with another video. This one, however, is not a speculation video because there was really nothing to speculate this time. So I thought I would attempt to do something that is never done before. I am going to rate every red Power Ranger in existence, all the way from Mighty Morphin to Ninja Steel, in preparation for Super Ninja Steel. In my opinion, they need to stop doing those. Anyway, let's get straight into the list. Okay guys, and coming in at number 20 is none other than Troy Burrows. I didn't really like Troy because he was copying Jason too much, and I didn't like Megaforce in general, and it's really hard to find a Power Rangers series that I do not like. The other thing good about it was Jason David Frank appeared at the end. You could probably tell now who's my number one Red Ranger, but yeah, we're just gonna keep moving here, moving right along. Troy, I hate you. Okay, number 2 on our list is TJ. TJ, you're on the bottom of this list for one reason and one reason only. You replaced Tommy Oliver. In Space, you were a pretty good Blue Ranger, but I did not think you were well enough to be a red one. Sorry, TJ. Now, my next choice for number 18 is another replacement. It's Rocky. He replaced Jason, so that is why he's that low on the list, and frankly, he just wasn't cutting it. He tried his hardest, but I do not think he passed as a Red Ranger. Sorry, Rocky. Now, I know a lot of people are fans of my next choice for number 17, but I just think that he was way too serious, and Jaden just... I think his sister was a better Red Ranger than he was. I mean, yeah, it's just so serious with him. It's always so serious. And he put just way too much work into his training, and he never made room for fun. So, that is why Jaden Sheba is my choice for number 17. So, coming in at number 16, Mac Hartford, Red Ranger for Operation Overdrive. Operation Overdrive, the series itself isn't that good, but Mac, I did like Mac to a certain extent until we figured out that he was, spoiler alert, a robot. And up to that point, it was different, but it wasn't the kind of different that I was expecting. And Mac was never supposed to be the Red Ranger in the first place. His dad was, and then he kind of took it over. I do like underdog Red Rangers, I will give him that, but sorry, Mac. The robot thing just killed it for me. Alright, number 15 in the ranking of the Red Rangers. Brody. He has a last name. I cannot remember it. It's probably on the screen, though. Brody from Ninja Steel. He was kinda clueless sometimes. And at some points, he wasn't really a good leader. He just kinda let his team do whatever he wanted. And I do not admire that, so that is why Brody is number 15 on my list. Okay, so number 14 on ranking the Red Rangers, Scott Truman. Power Rangers RPM was one of the rare cases where everyone gets a backstory and not just a Red Ranger. The Red Ranger's backstory is that his dad would never let him be in the military or something like that. I don't remember exactly. But Scott was a good leader, and he always put himself first before his team. And I admire that in a Red Ranger. So that is why he is number 14 on my Ranking the Red Rangers list. Alright, number 13. Tyler James from Dino Charge. The reason I chose Tyler James as number 13 is because Tyler was a natural born leader, and his dad eventually became a ranger, and he could still boss around his dad, which I thought that was awesome. Thought that was pretty cool to see the whole Tyler and whatever his dad's name was dynamic. Tyler and his dad. And I just think that it was awesome the way that they did that whole dynamic thing, and that is why Tyler is number 13 on this list. Alright, my choice for number 12 on our list, Leo Corbett from Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. Power Rangers Lost Galaxy was the first one that didn't include any of the original Rangers or anyone who has been in the previous seasons. And I think that's what made Leo so interesting, is the way he pulled the part off. And the whole dynamic with Mike and everything. And he wasn't even supposed to be the Red Ranger, his brother was, but let's just say a cliffhanger got in the way. Yeah, so that makes Leo number 12 on my list. Alright, my choice for number 11 is none other than Jack Landers, the Red Leader of SPD, Space Patrol Delta. What I love about his characteristics is that he's really laid back, and he's really, really cool. And it took him a while to get the whole leadership thing down, but once he did, it just turned out to be one of the best seasons ever. Thank you, Jack Landers, for your service. And that's why you're number 11. Next on Ranking the Red Rangers, we have number 10, Wesley Collins. Wesley Collins just had that big dynamic with his dad, and at first they didn't have a Red Ranger, and they're just like, oh, this guy looks like Alex, let's pick him. And they made the right choice, but I wish they would have thought a little more about it than, hey, he looks like my ex-boyfriend, let's give him the DNA tester and see if it works. And it did work. Which is kind of impossible. But, I thought it was really cool, and I am a big shipper of Jen and Wes. So, I'm really, really glad that worked out. Okay guys, so Wild Force is not my favorite by far, but the Red Ranger did make it fun to watch, and Cole Evans was pretty cool because he was sort of like a caveman, and like the Yellow Ranger from Lost Galaxy, I think it was, he has the ability to talk to animals, which he obtained from the jungle. I did have some logic problems with Cole, that's why he's all the way here at number 9, but other than that, he's a pretty cool guy. Okay guys, so Nick is not my favorite character in Mystic Force, it's Xander, but he was a pretty good leader when he learned how to do it right. And I admire a leader that knows how to learn, not just does it naturally, because it's more fun to watch him learn. So for that, Nick, aka Bowen, earns the number 8 spot on my list. Alright guys, number 7 on my list of Ranking the Red Rangers, Shane Clark, Ninja Storm. Not only is Shane an amazing leader, he's also the Ninja of Wind, and he was willing to take the Thunder Rangers underneath their wing when no one else would. So Shane, you're not my favorite Ninja Storm character, it's Destin. But you are my favorite Red Ranger in Ninja Steel. My next one is Andros from In Space. Andros didn't really know how Earth stuff worked, but that's what the other Rangers were there to teach him. And Andros did know how the space stuff worked, and together they made an amazing team. Although Andros did have to destroy Zordon at the end of the season. And for destroying Zordon, you're number 6. Just because I like your hair. Sorry, Andros. Alright, it was really hard to narrow down my top 5. But here it is. Number 5, Casey Rhodes from Jungle Fury. Okay, so I don't want to say that he's my favorite Red Ranger ever, because obviously he's not, being at number 5. But he is one of the best, and he was just a perfect little bit of everything. He was the right amount of serious, he was the right amount of fun, and he worked with his team and led them on the right path. I love Casey, I don't know why. Casey, you're awesome, thank you. Moving in at number 4, Carter Grayson. He is one of my favorite Rangers because before he was a Power Ranger fighting crime, he was a firefighter. And his firefighter tactics actually helped him in the field, because there are times that he had to put out fires in his Ranger suit, and sometimes he made decisions that he didn't like, but he knew that they were the best for the team. And that's what I admire about Carter Grayson. Okay, guys, for those of you who don't know, Dino Thunder is my absolute favorite series because Tommy was in it. And, Connor really put this series over the top for me. I was worried that, like, the Power Rangers that they chose weren't gonna cut it, but Connor made it all okay. Because he was kind of naive and really young, but I admire that because he fixed it by the end of the series. So, it was fun to watch Connor. So, thank you, Connor, for being an awesome Red Ranger. Okay, you guys knew this was coming. Jason is my number 2 choice for ranking the Red Rangers, because Jason was just awesome. He was the original. I don't think anyone is ever going to top him except for one of his successors. Just one, though. Just one. There's not many people that can top him, but one of his friends really put it over the top for me. You guys all know who I'm talking about. My choice for the number 1 Red Ranger is none other than Tommy Oliver. Although he was 2 choices, so I have both pictures here. I really prefer his performance in Zeo over Turbo because he wasn't the Red Turbo Ranger for very long. Thanks, TJ. Also, Jason wasn't the Mighty Morphin Ranger for very long. But he was still awesome while we had him. Yes, I have the Turbo picture up there, but I really do admire Tommy as the Zeo Ranger instead of the Turbo Ranger. And, you know, he's just awesome as the Black and Green Rangers as well. I think my favorite one was probably the Black Ranger from Dino Thunder. But Tommy is my all-time favorite Ranger. Thank you guys so much for watching. It means a lot to me that you tuned into me and watched me talk about Power Rangers for about 15 minutes. It means a lot that you made it to the end of the video. So, a few things. I do not own any of the pictures that you've seen or the music you heard at the beginning. I'm going to let these honorable mentions run and play some music.